everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing my Reading Rush TBR. I know I haven't been doing TBRs on my channel anymore. I've just been doing them on my Instagram. But for the Reading Rush, I wanted to do a TBR. And so if you don't know, the Reading Rush used to be called Booktubeathon, but it's since gotten way bigger and has grown, and now it's the Reading Rush hosted by Ariel. It was created by Ariel from Ariel Brissett, and she's hosting it with the Raylene. They have a whole website and everything, and if you don't know what it is, it's just a week-long reading marathon, and I've participated in it in the past, and it's always been super fun. There's reading challenges, there's video challenges, Instagram challenges, Twitter sprints. There's a lot. I will leave a link to their website and all the information for the Reading Rush in the description below. But there's a lot, and it's, like I said, a week-long reading marathon. Starts on Monday the 22nd and goes through Sunday the 28th. And so I'm excited. As soon as I found out the official date for the Reading Rush, I blocked it out in my calendar, and I was like, I'm not doing anything that week but this marathon, because there's a lot that I want to do. Before, in the past, they used to have a challenge to read 7 books in 7 days. They don't have that this year. It is a badge you can earn on their website, but it's not an official challenge. But I still want to try to do it. I've never done it before, but I'm really hoping this year I can do the 7 books in 7 days. So I've got some books to show you guys and the challenges to talk about. So let's get into them. And with the challenges, I'm going to kind of read some of them out of order, because for 3 of the challenges, I'm using a trilogy. So I'm going to start off with the trilogy, so kind of talk about the challenges out of order, but it's fine. We'll go with it. So for the first challenge I'm going to do, it's read a book with 5 or more words in the title. So for that, I'm going with The Name of the Star by Maureen Johnson. This first book is a Jack the Ripper retelling, which I love Jack the Ripper retellings, you guys know. And so this one is the first book in her Shades of London trilogy. And this is one of my backlist books that I'm trying to get to this year. If you guys saw my 2019 backlist books video, you'll see I mentioned several different series that I want to finish this year, and this was one of them. So I'm hoping to get to this. I have the whole trilogy on my TBR for the Reading Rush. But yeah, I'm hoping to start with this one. It's going to be a reread for me, so I'm going to reread this one and then continue with books 2 and 3. The next challenge I'm going to be doing is read a book with purple on the cover, and so for this I'm going with The Madness Underneath by Maureen Johnson. This is the second book in the Shades of London trilogy. So as you can see, it's got lots of purple on the cover, so that's what I'm reading. And another cool thing I just realized about this book is it's got deckled edges, which is interesting because the other 2 books do not have deckled edges. This is the only one. So, kind of interesting. So the next challenge that I'm going to be completing is to read a book that you meant to read last year. And for that, I'm going with The Shadow Cabinet by Maureen Johnson. This is the third and final book in the Shades of London trilogy. I meant to read this whole trilogy last year, so all three of these books can count for this challenge. But I didn't get around to it last year like I wanted, so hoping to get to it this year during the reading rush. So yeah, like I said, all three of these can, well, most of these books can fit for this challenge because I've got a lot on my TBR that I've been meaning to read for a long time. So yeah. So the next challenge I'm going to do is to read a book in the same spot. So you can leave the spot, but you have to read the whole entire book in the spot. So if you pick a spot and you read there for about an hour and then you get up and leave, you can't read your book anywhere else but that spot. So you would have to go back there to read it. This is an easy one because most of my books I usually read at my desk anyway. So I feel like any of these will probably fit this challenge. But for this one, I'm going with a shorter book, and I chose Teach Me to Forget by Erica M. Chapman. This is one of the books, again, that I mentioned in my 2019 backlist books video. I have several books from my backlist books video that I am including in this Read and Rush TBR, so I'm excited because I get to knock out several books from that list. So yeah, and this one, I don't remember too much what it's about. I know that it's about this girl who lost her sister, and now she's been having a really rough time, and she's been contemplating suicide, but then something happens to stop her, and yeah, that's pretty much all I remember right now. But I'm hoping to get to it this week for the Read and Rush. And I will be vlogging the entire week, so you'll kind of see me talk about each of these books as I vlog. So for the next challenge, it's to read an author's first book. So for that, I'm going with An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I read this a few years ago, and I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to continue with the series, but I haven't yet. And so this is another series that's on my backlist books. And so I'm wanting to reread this one for the Read and Rush and then continue with the rest of the series after. So yeah, this one, like I said, I read it a few years ago. This is a YA fantasy. It's about a girl named Leia, and she lives in this kingdom, empire, something. Anyway, one day her brother is arrested, and she basically kind of joins up with these group of rebels to try and save her brother, and she has to go to this like academy and like spy for the rebels in order to get their help with freeing her brother. And this is a dual perspective, so it's told from Leia's point of view, and also Elias, who's one of the soldiers at the academy she sneaks into. So yeah, I forgot a lot of what happens in here, so definitely can't wait to reread it and get to the rest of the series. The next challenge is to read a book with a non-human main character. And so for this, I'm going with Inspired by Cora Carmack. I've never read a Cora Carmack book. I believe she's like a romance writer. And one reason I picked up this book is because I love the cover. And it's about a muse. The main character is a muse, so she's immortal. And yeah, so she's a non-human main character. I'll read you the synopsis on the back, because I really don't remember what this is about anyway. So, Calliope lives with one purpose: to inspire. As an immortal muse, she doesn't have any other choice. It's part of how she was made. Musicians, artists, actors, they use her to advance their art, and she uses them to survive. She moves from one artist to the next, never staying long enough to get attached. But all she wants is a different life, a normal one. She spent thousands of years living lie after lie, and now she's ready for something real. Sweet, sexy, and steady, Wilder Bell feels more real than anything else in her long existence. And most importantly, he's not an artist. He doesn't want her for her ability, but she can't turn off the way she influences people, not even to save a man she might love. Because in small doses, she can help make something beautiful. But her ability has just as much capacity to destroy as it does to create. The longer she stays, the more obsessed Wilder will become. It's happened before, and it never turns out well for the mortal. Her presence may inspire genius, but it breeds madness too. So, I'm definitely interested in seeing how this one's like. So, non-human main character, this is the one I'm going with. And it's been sitting on my shelf for years, so it's about time I get around to it. And the final challenge is to read a book and watch its movie adaptation. So for that one, I'm going with 12 Years a Slave by Solomon Northup. This is a memoir of a man named Solomon who was born a free man. This was during the time of slavery. He was born a free man in New York, and he ends up one day getting tricked and drugged and kidnapped and sold into slavery in the South, where he becomes a slave for, I guess, 12 years. So I've seen the trailer for the movie, and I want to watch the movie, and I have the book, so I'm going to read the book and then watch the movie. So those were the challenges. There's 7 challenges. I picked 7 books, so I'm going to try to get through all of these during the reading rush. I also want to participate in the video and Instagram challenges. I haven't seen what those challenges are. I don't know if they've posted them yet or not, but I'll have to keep looking. I do want to participate in those if I can. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me know in the comments below if you guys are doing the reading rush. Let me know what are some books that are on your TBR for the reading rush, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Bye!